The day my favorite teacher accused me of cheating. Mr. Davis had been my guy for 3 years. My favorite teacher by far. I took every literature class he taught, stayed after school for his writing workshops, helped him start the school's first literary magazine. He even quoted me once during a lesson. I trusted him completely. So when college application season rolled around, I naturally asked if he'd help review my personal statement. I worked so hard on that essay. Every night, after homework and babysitting my 2 younger siblings, I'd chip away at it, revising a line here, reworking a paragraph there. I went through 3 full notebooks before I landed on a version I felt proud of. It was about my grandfather and how learning English late in life gave him a second voice, how that taught me the value of language and storytelling. It was the most personal thing I'd ever written. The day after I submitted my applications, Mr. Davis asked me to stay after class. I figured he wanted to talk about the essay or offer feedback, but when I got there, his face was off, cold, serious in a way I'd never seen before. He dropped a printed copy of my essay on the desk. Several sections were highlighted in yellow. "I need to talk to you about your essay," he said, voice tight. "This isn't your writing." I blinked. "What?" He leaned in. "It's too polished, too advanced. The metaphors, the phrasing, it's not your voice. I've read your work for 3 years. This was written by someone else." My stomach flipped. "It is my writing. I revised it a dozen times. You taught us that good writing comes from rewriting." He didn't budge. "I'm obligated to report this to the administration and your colleges." I sat there stunned. I had poured everything into that essay. My time, my story, my heart, and he was accusing me of plagiarism, like I'd stolen it from some website. I left his classroom crying. That night, I barely slept. I kept looking at my notebooks full of drafts, trying to figure out how I could prove they were real. The next morning, I showed up at school an hour early, carrying all 3 notebooks. I even had my grandfather email Mr. Davis, explaining the conversations we'd had that inspired the essay. A meeting was called. Mr. Davis, the principal, me. I walked them through the drafts, showed the edits, explained the process. Mr. Davis sat there quietly, arms crossed. When I finished, he finally said, "The similarities to published essays online are still concerning, and there's no way to confirm when these drafts were written." The principal nodded. "We take academic integrity very seriously. Given everything, we'll allow you to submit a new essay to your colleges, but we will be noting this in your record." I stared at them. "A different essay? The deadline's already passed." "We'll send an explanation," the principal said, avoiding my eyes. 3 of my 5 schools pulled my offers. The other 2 deferred me and then waitlisted me. I never got off those lists. I ended up enrolling at community college, not because I wanted to, but because I had no choice. I dropped my dream of majoring in English, switched to accounting, something practical, something safe, and Mr. Davis never apologized, never even looked me in the eye again.